With flip-flop and sandal season in full swing, we are fortunate to have Dr. Joel Cohen from About Skin Dermatology with us here again today to talk about keeping the skin on our feet healthy. You know, I think a lot of times when we're putting on our sunscreen, that skin on our feet, that tends to get a little neglected from time to time.
It's really important to remember to put sunscreen on the feet. We do actually see people who have skin cancers on their feet. Many people don't realize that you can actually get skin cancers underneath the nail too, so you want to try to keep the feet covered if you're really in a lot of sun exposure. All
right, so let's talk a little bit about, you know, in the summertime, you know, there's a little bit of controversy over flip-flops and sandals, but in your line of work, in dermatology, flip-flops and sandals are a good thing.
Yes, we want people to wear shoes out there not only to protect themselves from sharp objects and foreign bodies, insects and glass, but also to really protect themselves from the more common things we see in our offices, which is athlete's foot and plantar warts.
All right, let's take a look. I understand we have some slides showing an example of this is what you're looking for here. How do you recognize this if you have it on your own feet?
So plantar warts are caused by a virus, and they result in little areas of bumps that have significant scaling in the skin. Sometimes you can see little black dots, and there's usually quite a few of them on pressure points. And then the other photo is athlete's foot, which is really moist skin, and it's scaling skin, and it's oftentimes affecting in the area in between the toenails, but it can also affect the nails themselves.
Obviously not just for athletes anymore. So wearing sandals can help us prevent being exposed to those, but once you get a wart or a fungus, I see that you brought us some examples of what you can do.
Yes, so for warts, we typically try to gently abrade things, so you can use something like this, which is a pumice stone. You can use a nail file as well, or even duct tape. So secondly, you can go to a physician's office and they can gently debride things with a sharper object. We use liquid nitrogen in an office. We use some other topical remedies, but lasers can be used, and rarely do we ever try to cut these out because they are a virus and they do shed, and we want to hopefully prevent that from going into other areas. As far as athlete's foot, if it's just affecting the foot, you can use over-the-counter topical products, like antifungal preparations, and antifungal preparations can be helpful a few times a day over the course of several weeks. But there are other things that can be needed. In particular, if it affects the nail, then we need to go with an oral medication, and there are some new lasers that are still being developed, and in terms of a long-term cure rate, we'll see. But really, the mainstay is oral medication for the nail and topical medication for the foot.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Cohen. Again, keep an eye out for melanoma on your feet as well. We'll be right back.